Well, hello there, motherfuckers, and it is time for your NXT review. Um, a pretty good show tonight, I have to say. An excellent main event. I enjoyed a couple of things on this show as well, but for the most part, it was solid. A solid one, guys. But yeah, it starts off with the Ascension defeating Buddy Murphy and Elias Sampson. Um, this was not really that good. Not a very good way to start off the show, but um, the Ascension doesn't have any competition. They've been bringing in jobbers, Too Cool. Where's the real tag teams? Where's the real fucking tag teams? I never thought they'd run into this problem in the developmental. This is supposed to be the developmental territory. Where are the tag teams to challenge the Ascension? The Ascension is awesome tag team. They have the look, the presence, the character down. But, if they're going to be tag champs, they need to have fucking people to defend the belts against. They can't just keep tearing through people. They have to have good matches. They have to have epic matches for the tag titles. The crowd interaction is insane when they come out. It's hilarious when people are chanting, "One more, yeah!" Very. It's good they had that connection with the audience. It's like a real like event when they come out. But and then you have Ricardo Rodriguez. I didn't even realize it last week. Somebody told me this in the comments. Ricardo Rodriguez wearing a goofy suit. Now I can see it. He's pretending to be a luchador. And then they have that other luchador. I forget what his name is. The smaller one. The one who's not fat like Ricardo. And, he's doing one of these lucha chants. And, everybody's just going, yeah. So, I guess that could be an interesting match to see how their power matches up against that guy. That guy's a pretty good fucking high flyer from what I saw last week. So I don't know, might be an interesting match. But Ricardo Rodriguez, why do they even keep this guy around? For what reason? He's fat. He's worthless. He really is. Then it's Charlotte defeating Alexa Bliss. This was an alright match. I liked Charlotte's aggressive side. Alexa Bliss looks like she has, a bit of talent. She can do some high-flying moves. Better than a lot of the WWE divas on the main roster, I gotta say that. So, but I really do like Charlotte. It's, for once, it's not all about, just the father's legacy. It's about actually the daughter proving herself in the ring, and she's been proving it from what I see. The girl's got some technical skill. She really does. So this wasn't a bad match. So she advances in the tournament. Then backstage you have Tyler Breeze, who's going to be in the main event. He cuts a promo saying that people like Sami Zayn and Tyson Kidd Canadians, that they're by genetics, that they're ugly like Michael Cera. I thought it was a pretty funny promo by Tyler Breeze. As far as it goes for like characters in NXT, I have to say I think that Tyler Breeze is probably in the top 3. I mean, I think he's got a very good character. The character's very relevant to modern day society. We're a very narcissistic society, obsessed with ourselves, our appearance, and and whatnot. So I think that this is a pretty good character, and and he's funny about it. He's entertaining. Then you had Mojo Rawley defeating Aidin English, and I don't understand this whole thing with Mojo Rawley. If I could for a minute, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I see when I see Mojo Rawley. What is that all about? What am I looking at here? When I see Mojo Rawley, all I see is a fucking goofball Mama Luke running around. A grown man running around in his underwear. That is what I see. And then when he gets in the ring, he fucking just bashes people with his groin and part of his ass. That's a finisher. What a fucking weird-ass fucking finisher from Mojo. Now, I'm really starting to dislike this guy. I really am. I mean, the thing that also fucking just drives me nuts is this NXT crowd. I like them. But why are they getting behind a big fucking goof like Mojo Rawley? Just, once again, another former, football star. How many times have we heard this story before? Didn't work out in football, so he's going to be a wrestler. Well, you know what? The reason why he didn't work out in football? Because he sucks. But yeah, he really does fucking suck. He does. The whole motto with him is, I don't get hyped, I stay hyped. Well, you know what? He might get hyped, but I stay fucking bored, motherfuckers. His matches are boring as shit. There's nothing to him. Just clotheslines. He could do a crossbody, big fucking deal. Brodus Clay could do a crossbody. What does that say? Anybody could fucking do these moves. So there's nothing that anybody should be showing any appreciation to Mojo Rawley. There ain't nothing about this guy. And Aidin English looks like it looks like Cesaro's fucking retarded ass cousin, with bad hair. That I don't get it. He's a very weird character, Aidin English. Like, I don't want to say that I don't like him, but I'm not. I really don't know what to think of him. He comes to the ring singing. He has a weird kind of like old school villain type of face, and but he looks like an evil Cesaro. I don't get it, but Cesaro's sexier. But anyway, not a good match at all. I'm not understanding this feud, and I don't get Mojo Rawley and why he's so popular. Then you had Colin Cassidy, or Big Cass, defeating Angelo Dawkins. This Cassidy, I guess he's okay. Being that he's 7 foot tall. The man's gigantic. He's taller than the fucking Undertaker. He's a big fucking guy. He seems like he's a lot lighter, though. Like, he's in the 200-something pound range. So I guess to have a taller, slimmer guy, kind of looks like Drew McIntyre in a way. Same type of build, and, also, Drew McIntyre's also tall, and whatever. Anyway, just a squash match. I guess he looked all right in the ring. Then it was a little funny segment in the back with Bo Dallas and JBL. JBL was given some fan mail by Bo Dallas. And JBL was just generally funny in this segment. I enjoy him as GM. Why can't we get entertaining GMs like this? How good would it be, actually, if JBL was the general manager on Raw instead of Brad Maddox, who they barely even fucking show half the time? What is the point of Brad Maddox being the general manager on Raw? JBL at least could be a cool, funny, maybe a sort of heel GM on Raw. That would be interesting. So I don't know why they do it in NXT, but not on the main fucking show, the one that actually makes them the most money. Then in the main event, it was Tyson Kidd defeating Sami Zayn and Tyler Breeze, and this match was awesome, motherfuckers. What a great main event it was. Just a great triple threat. They all meshed very well. It was very fast-paced, action-packed, high-flying moves, triple moves all over the place. You had like a T-bone suplex and a German suplex, you know, all at the same time. Very unique. It was a very good match, and Tyson Kidd ends up winning it. Should be a pretty good match next week. You could see that they didn't want to do Zayn versus Adrian Neville, and this is for obvious fucking reasons, motherfuckers. They don't want to have Zayn job to Adrian Neville because he just won the title like a month and a half, 2 months ago. They want him to have a pretty long reign because he worked his way to the title. And they're going to do the same thing for Zayn. They want to hold off on it. So then, obviously, this is how, you know, I think Tyson Kidd will obviously lose next week. Probably be a good match, but he's going to lose. Then, a couple of months later, Zayn will get an opportunity, some #1 contender match. He'll get through that match, and then he'll end up beating Adrian Neville for the title. And probably Neville then probably go on to the main roster. That's how I see things. Zayn will have his title eventually, but now is not the time. And Tyler Breeze, I don't fucking know about him. I don't see a world title in his future, but his character is entertainment for us. Alright! It was a pretty decent show. Pretty good show. Not decent, good. Good, motherfuckers. Very good. You know, might have not been excellent all around. You might have screaming retards, you know, and stuff like that. But, you know, good main event. Women's match wasn't bad. Some entertaining comedy here and there. Pretty good show, motherfuckers. Ha! Alright.